So today is September 12th. I want to start this video off by thanking any and everybody who's been doing anything helpful for me, my community, my family. Like I thank you guys. I thank God for y'all. I've been praying on a lot of things and praying for God to forgive me because I'm not perfect. Even though a lot of people in my community want me to be perfect and not these dudes around here. Even though I got to be better than these dudes that actually destroy black women and delete them. But one of the main reasons I'm making this video is because it's hard to it's always been hard for me to really have a strong sisterhood with most black females because most don't care about the threats that we deal with within the community. It seems like a threat is only a real legitimate threat if it's coming from outside the black community. I don't like the idea of certain females that look like me holding me to a higher standard than they hold the men in the community. That never sat well with me. Ever since I was a little girl and I couldn't even I didn't have the words to formulate what I was feeling. And to anybody that has a dark-skinned daughter with strong features, if she's in an environment where there's no type of love and respect, and she has to deal with this on a daily basis, please be mindful of her mental, emotional, spiritual wellness. For starters, don't raise her to love people around her more than they love her. Don't raise her to show up more for the people around her more than they generally show up for her. Don't raise her to see that causes resentment. People like to throw the word bitter around and resentful around. One of the quickest ways to be resentful is by always breaking your neck and coming through for people that they are ungrateful. They think you owe it to them to go out there and fight the power and take rubber bullets for them in the first place. A lot of times they don't reciprocate. And they want everything and everybody except for girls that look like you in general. But if you're raised to go where the love is from the start, it dramatically decreases the chances of you having any resentment. And I don't even like to say bitter. Feeling like you got the short end of the stick, basically. It'll dramatically decrease that. Now they doing another psychological experiment. Like instead of them attacking me directly, what they've been doing is that they've been going up to gullible, dark-skinned black women who are either actresses and or social media influencers, and they are convincing them to play certain songs like to keep putting me at odds with them. What I'm trying to say is for some of the black women who may be dating interracially, I don't think it's just a natural, let me just pick these same handful of African-American artists that are actually very dangerous. But because I have a family, I can't get into everything. These people are locked in with some dangerous, powerful people. So once they get done dehumanizing certain black people, it's whatever. It's whatever. You and your family, y'all up for grabs. It's the same handful of artists that I'm starting to see with certain types of black women who are with non-black men. They're playing their music. It's not something that is innocent. It's very sinister. But you got to be on the inside to know. But it's also their way of still harassing and threatening me. Because these handful of artists, I've already blocked them. The hypocrisy, what they're allowed to do to black people that got less power and less money than them, and nobody cares. Usually because it's a beautiful woman that's on this side of the hand of African descent, or they got a lot of money. So nobody really cares. Now I'm like, and then the other day, I posted the incident on Twitter, and you can hear the audio A woman who, if I had to guess, had to be Spanish or whatever. She went off on me at the laundromat. Come to find out, and this is a little update. The black people that owned the laundromat on Bergen Street no longer own it. They sold it. Now, between me and whoever's listening, honest to God, knowing that a lot of the new people are only there to try to like get me banned, had I known the original workers sold it, it's no way I would have went up there to subject myself to that. Because I grabbed another push cart after spending my money and washing my clothes. Somebody was determined to take one of the chairs from me and my push cart. Everything is on Twitter, so I'm not even really going to get too much into the details. But after my load was finished, I was forced to go across town to dry my clothes. I'm just saying that the way that individual went off on me, that is not their first time going off on a black woman like that. I'm probably not the first or the second, and I'm pretty sure I won't be the last. Not nice, but I was nice. Not nice. That's what I mean. Not nice. I sent the email, but I made it clear I wasn't trying to get people terminated. I'm going to be as nice to people as they are to me. But I'm always thinking about the optics. I'm dark skinned and I'm black. So if let's just say that, somebody is going off on me and the crime is not fitting the punishment. And their main goal really is just to get me banned from a certain establishment. When they get loud and get to cussing, I'm not going to do all of that. Optics. I already know that we're not allowed to assert ourselves to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? All that getting loud and acting like Shanae. A lot of people look at us like we deserve death if we do that. So you gotta remain tactful, but you also gotta be strategic. When everybody else want to get loud and curse and behave in a manner that's spicy, you like we know on this side of the hand, we can't meet them at that same energy. But I'm afraid there's something even more sinister going on with some of the new people. I don't want to say it's connected to I don't want to say it's connected to the NYPD, but yeah. I have a theory. I know that stalking has increased. You know what I'm saying? Everything had like calmed down just a little bit. And the irony is I never threatened anybody there. I never destroyed property. And I never cursed. Even though I'm so glad that so far people been keeping their distance, because I would hate to have you slapped with a hate crime. I would hate to have to put the dog in the ground and have you slapped with a hate crime. Because I would try to do that. The harassment ticked up after that. And I wasn't the aggressor. I made the mistake of saying, wow, this person got their push cart. Nobody's mopping the floor. I'm the only one that had my push cart taken away. So let me go find another push cart. That was all it took. You know how they say murder was all she wrote? That was all it took for people to start getting loud and going off on me. And one of the first things they said was, I could have you banned. That's what it's always been about. But I swear, on anything that I ever loved, had I already had knowledge that the black owners that were very friendly and warm and welcoming and didn't care if me or Lonnie played house music with the small little Bluetooth speaker, had I known that they had sold that laundromat, it's absolutely no way I would have went up there. It's absolutely no way I would have went up there. Because I don't know what me grabbing another push cart after spending my money warranted. How that warranted people to start, giving me problems. And I'm going to tell you something, too. Some of these colorist dudes, they're more dangerous than people that don't look like us and that's not from this community. So now I got to be on the lookout for them team, with some of the spicy chicks and they dogs. Whatever. I've been too lenient. Because every time I'm supposed to get a police report and follow it all the way through, I always like, you know what I'm saying? Stop midway. But anybody that care about me, that's what's happening right now. Also, too, they really don't like me going to church. They didn't waste no time last Sunday, so I don't even know how long I'm going to keep doing this. Like, after a couple hours, I started to feel kind of like dizzy and disoriented. Pulsatile tinnitus. Usually they wait till the Relief Society meeting starts with me and the other women or sisters. They didn't wait last Sunday. It was like, as soon as I walked in, I'm like, wow. Wow, I must have really angered somebody. I'm telling one of my missionaries, look, even if you really do care about me and you letting me get a new, fresh chance at life, you got to understand some of these people here are, I didn't directly say gang stalkers, but I alluded to it. And everybody not there for God. Everybody not there for friendship. And no, some of them people are just there to get me out of there, regardless of how they get it done. They just want me out of there. They don't want me to feel like I got a community. Going back to what I said about certain black women, certain dark-skinned black women, they won't even let me enjoy that in peace. You know how you ever see young black men, they see their favorite athlete or they see their favorite rapper get excited, especially when they hear that they got engaged, you know what I'm saying, or they had a new baby. It's like certain black women, certain dark-skinned women, we're not allowed to get excited. We're not allowed to have a similar excitement when we see women that we can relate to physically, but that's really, really attractive with men, particularly with men of other races and cultures and whatever. We're not allowed to have a similar excited reaction. Once again, they just keep making me celebrating women with a similar phenotype, the cheekbones, the skin color, the nose, with a very similar phenotype, but with men who are not black, they keep making it about women that don't look like that, and it's wild. I mean, women of African descent who don't look like that. It's wild to me. Even more wild is how certain dark-skinned women who, I guess because they are attractive, so people are not treating them like crap. They never really go stick up for other dark-skinned women, generally speaking. They damn sure wouldn't risk everything they had and their livelihood or whatever to take up for a dark-skinned girl child who got abused by people that don't look like her, or slammed on her head by people that don't look like her. Everybody is afraid of these people. They only got smoke and sauce for me, playing as songs of people that don't really like them. Feel like even though they're attractive, they're still inferior to light-skinned black women or light-skinned mixed women. And some of whom resorted to violence against me and my family for advocating for dark-skinned black women. And that's why I said, and I'm obviously not talking about all dark-skinned black women, obviously. I'm talking about a small pocket, a very distinct type. If they were hanging from a cliff and it was a non-black woman hanging from a cliff next to them and I could only choose one, it's a strong chance I will go with the non-black woman. Because the non-black woman is like, she gonna try, what she's not gonna do is team up with people who are, and black men who are a danger and a threat to other black women. And people don't really care because they got money. Or they also helped to eradicate beautiful dark-skinned black women from the entertainment platforms and uplifted mixed and light-skinned and non-black women over the years. They're not going to do that. If you need help, certain types of white women, they're going to come around. They're going to remember that you pulled them up. Or they're going to remember that time that you put yourself in harm's way to stop them from getting their behind whooped, getting their ass kicked on a bus or a train. They're more likely to come back and look you out. Certain dark-skinned black women, not so much. Not so much. They're more likely to team up with dudes that don't even like them and hurt people in your family, or hey, even delete the people in your family for advocating and asking for more of the type of representation that they represent. Young, fit, attractive. Relatable though, when you look at the features and the phenotype and the complexion. It's like if you're more likely to team up with the colorless black people who actually spent a couple decades banning your archetype, banning your phenotype, and banning your image, and making it hard for y'all to be on award shows and things like that, then why should I raise you up? Or why should I come through for you if it's something discriminatory is happening to you? I'm just saying. See that would be counterproductive. Again, and it's not every dark skinned woman, but it's too many of them. And you would know. And I'm anybody that's following me, and a lot of this stuff is esoteric, and it's like subliminal. You're gonna see certain couples with dark-skinned black women. They're only gonna play a certain handful of artists.